Kentucky Fried Chicken, more like Kentucky Fried Cannibal. In this new KFC ad, it is very, very ominous and very, very weird. Now this commercial is going super viral and it's making people very, very skeptical about KFC. Now the commercial starts with this chicken right here, and this guy was like looking at the chicken. And then out of nowhere, this vest falls from the sky and ends up going onto this girl. Then they're like doing a face off, and then a whole bunch of people start surrounding this guy, as you guys can see here, and then the two people end up levitating in the middle. And out of nowhere, a freaking golden goose egg ends up popping up. Then they ended up taking this dude, this girl picked up this guy, and ended up dipping him in this river that is actually gravy, as you can see right here. And then he ended up becoming a chicken strip. Now you guys might be laughing and stuff like that, but this is more serious than you guys think it is. It was weird because it looked like they sacrificed this guy and dipped him into this gravy river or whatever, and then he ended up becoming this chicken. So it has people speculating and raising flags. Is KFC made out of human flesh? I know it might be a reach, but you know, sometimes they tell us a message without telling us a message, if you know what I mean. What do you guys have to say about this commercial down in the comments below?
KFC came out with this new commercial, and in this commercial, I'm going to point out some things that made this commercial very demonic, and a reason why people need to open up their eyes to what is happening within these companies. Here in this video, you have a young man walking through the woods, and as he is walking through the woods, he sees a chicken and they begin to stare at each other. A young woman then comes out of nowhere, and then you see this young girl leads this guy into what appears to be some type of ritual or ceremony. They then form a circle around these two. What you see next is these two begin to levitate off of the ground. Now in the next scene, you see a group of them carrying a gold egg, and they begin to carry it towards a river. Now, when they get to the river, you see the young boy being picked up and carried by the woman into the water. But it wasn't water, it was gravy. She dipped him into the water as if he was being baptized. And when he came up, he appeared to be chicken. Now, this is what makes this demonic, because if you was not aware that this was a KFC commercial, you would have easily thought that this was some type of ritual. Many have said that this symbolizes a baptism, but what I would say is it is so important to be careful of where you are eating from, who you are giving your money to, because you don't know the gods that these companies are serving. You don't know what sacrifices or what rituals they are doing. This commercial that they made is very obvious of the point that they're trying to make. Be very careful.
Someone is seen dipping a literal human being in what looks like gravy and frying them up, turning them into a piece of chicken. Hey, please tell me that y'all have seen the new KFC commercial. Now, there's always a conspiracy out there that we got to be careful what we eat in these fast food places, because we could be engaging in one another. If you know, you know. Now, the new KFC commercial is saying just that, or alluding to just that. Into human made to a whole new level.
KFC just came out with the most demonic, right in your face commercial that I have ever seen on TV. Before we get into the tea, guys, make sure you follow my backup TikTok and my YouTube just in case this one gets banned. Y'all cannot tell me that was not giving cult. All of them wearing the same thing in the woods going to this magical water. Like, the whole thing, it gave not only a copy of baptism. Y'all already know that once you're baptized, you come out new. And that should tell you exactly what you need to know. They're literally telling you that the more you consume this chicken, the more you consume the preservatives, all the nasty things they are pumping through your veins, the more different you're going to become. There is a saying that says, if you don't eat your food as medicine now, in the future, you will eat medicine for food. Even if you don't want to think of this on a spiritual level, stop consuming fast food on the regular at all if you can. But I don't want to be a hypocrite. I still consume it here and there, but I'm trying to stop because they don't want the best for you. Like, they're literally showing you, once they partnered, what was that, Popeyes partnering with Don Julio? I already knew. They are trying to keep you in a state of unknowing, a state of spiritually unalert. The brain fog, the grogginess, the depression, it all comes from what we consume into our bodies. Our bodies are temples. Anyway, y'all, as always, make sure you like and follow and comment down below what you think.
So I was just watching the TV, and to my annoyance, the adverts come on. And it started with this new advert, which I've never seen before, and it's very strange. So basically, it's set in a forest. These people are all dressed the same, they look weird as fuck, and they're carrying these giant golden eggs. And I'm like, where's this going? So anyway, they drop these giant eggs, and then they approach this lake that looks like it's some out of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. It's filled with fucking chocolate by the looks of it anyway, and it's bubbling and shit, and they're all kind of gathering around it and stuff. And then this woman picks up this poor guy like he's a fucking stepladder and don't weigh out at all. Fucking basically throws him in whatever it is and drowns a poor bastard. And then she pulls him out a few seconds later, and he's a giant chicken leg. And then he rolls a KFC logo. How the fuck is that appetising? I tell you what, next time I go into a KFC, I'll be questioning if they're actually cooking chicken or human body parts. I think what they've tried to do is portray the story of what came first, the chicken or the egg. But they've done it in such a fucked up way. It's like, what came first, the fucking deep fried human being or the egg? I mean, what the fuck?
So a lot of people are freaking out over KFC's new commercial. Imagine that, people freaking out about something. Now people are freaking out because they believe they've pushed the envelope too far when it comes to commercials. The symbolism in this commercial, apparently to these people, represents the fact that they haven't been serving us chicken all along, but rather human beings. Let me show you the commercial. Now, just to let you know, I will be playing the commercial in 2x speed because I'm not watching all that. Oh, actually, that's pretty annoying in 2x, so I'm going to turn on the volume, and I guess we'll just talk about this. So, yes, you can see the people here that apparently seem to be just out in the forest, maybe starting their own little cult or something like that, but they've got a big egg, and now they are bringing the human being sideways, which looks hilarious, by the way, and then dipping it into what I would assume the hot oil river. And then, there you go. They lift it on up, and now everybody believes that that's what they mean by that. Now, one of the main reasons that people believe KFC is referring to cannibalism here is because of the 2016 hoax, which you may remember, where like Taco Bell got the whole horse meat kind of conspiracy going on. There was also a conspiracy going around back in 2016 that they were using human meat in KFC, but that was entirely made up. The whole conspiracy crowd here is kind of given the whole vibe of like the kid that didn't read the book really in its entirety and then had to go talk about his comprehension about it. Like, this is clearly symbolism, okay? This is art. Is it the best art? Maybe not. Definitely not for everybody. But it's symbolizing somebody committed to the chicken so much that they would be dipped in the river here and turned into chicken. I mean, it's really not that deep. And I mean pun intended here, because look, she's walking in the river. I mean, guys, you got to think about it. It doesn't even make sense. Why would a company spend $1 million on an ad to potentially ruin their entire market by telling you that they cook human beings? And then all you conspiracy theorists out there ate it up and started citing a 2016 hoax. I can't even imagine you guys going through an art gallery. Your head would friggin' explode. And all you guys in the comments saying, KFC paid you to eat this. I don't even eat at KFC. Cane's, baby.